Hey guys, it's Dmitry here. And in this tutorial I will continue discussing about our new application that we just installed. This is React app, right? So this application is running, everything is perfect, right? But it's not doing too much, right? And also we still kind of have no idea like how it works, right? And like what is it like React as a library. Like we have no idea what kind of beast it is, right? So let's jump to the code. I'm going to explain you the basic details about the code itself. Alright guys, this is the actual app, right? This is the actual project. So guys, there are a couple of things that you have to pay attention to. So first of all, guys, we called it this React application as a single page application. Why we call it this way? So first of all, guys, we call it this way because we have initial file, index.html file, right? And this index.html file, you can see it sitting here in public, right? So this is the actual file that's going to be supplied to the final client, right? Or in our case, like to our browser. Essentially, our browser is going to work with this file, right? So that's how it is, guys. And the entrance for our application, where the code is sitting, right? It's going to be this index.js file, where our like moving component moving parts, all our moving parts are sitting, right? So if you go here, guys, you can see that all this that's located inside of this render, React DOM.render, and this is the actual like the core part of our React application. All the code is going to sit here, essentially over here, inside of React strict mode. So, and you can see, guys, at the moment we have this app, which is, if we go to this file, right, this is the actual app, right? And guys, this piece of code, we called it the React component. So, and essentially this component, it's a stateless component, as we call it. Why I said it's stateless? Because later on I'm going to explain you, like in many cases we have to handle states, React states, right? And here we don't have any states. Okay, in general, guys, if you go through this component, first you will notice at the top all these pieces of code, we call them import, right? So essentially what happens here, if you don't have any path, we importing npm package. So in this case, straight away VS Code can understand that, you know, we importing this package from npm, right, from manager, package manager. So second one, this SVG file is sitting in the same directory as this app.js file, right? And if you go here, that's why you can see like dot and /, right? So, and if you go here, you can see app.js, and this is the actual logo.svg, right? Then the next one, we importing .css, right? Which is basically CSS code over here. So if you go to app.css, so yeah, it's plain, almost plain CSS. So if you go back, another important thing, guys, to understand, we using, instead of class, we use class name in order to apply the actual name of the class of CSS, right? So basically it's another difference compared to average HTML file, right? Another thing is, overall, we're not calling this HTML file anymore, right? We call it JSX. And overall, you can see it's a combination of tags like an standard HTML format, and also we add in this kind of curly braces, right? And we passing we can pass variable or anything else, right? This way. So you can see it's like a mix of JavaScript and HTML tags, and all this combination. We like I think Facebook team, they just called it JSX, right? So that's why we have this extension JSX. So guys, what else? Okay, later on we're going to discuss about this return thing, which is essentially we're returning the actual component, right, of this piece of code. And at the bottom here you can see we exporting this actual piece of code, right, or this component, and we exporting it. If we go back to index.js, we can see here we exporting it here, right? This is our actual app.js, and we exporting it here as a tag. So, and then later on we just using it, right? And we binding it to our DOM, right? Through this ID, root ID, right? And the actual root ID, if you go back to HTML, index.html, you can see here this is the actual ID, right? So that's where all our final application, React application, is going to be binded. So that's how it is, guys. And in general, that's how our application works, right? But of course, there are too many details to that, and it's like I just try to explain you in general how it works, and later on we're going to go step by step in order to understand all the details. Alright guys, I think we're done for this tutorial. I covered everything that I was planning to cover in this tutorial. Thank you very much guys for your time, and yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you like this tutorial, and please like it if you enjoy it, and please also subscribe if you really like my tutorials in general, and follow me and continually watching my tutorials. I would really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much guys, and see you next time. Goodbye.